All right. So remember that thing that you sent me? Well, you showed me after the podcast. It was Easy Money by
Uh,
Mackenzie
oh yeah,
Edwards
yeah, yeah,
Ryan.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
his
Cool.
documentary thing.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay. So I haven't watched that yet because it's not like out anywhere. But I did listen to the audiobook. Dude, audiobooks so great. I'm just burning through them, and I finished the Easy Money one. Dude, the cryptocurrency thing. It it was like the biggest scam that we ever like globally experienced. Because you remember like Enron. Do you remember that thing? Like when they took
I
all the
don't know
money out
too
of
much
people's
about it.
pensions.
I don't know the actual story about Enron.
Okay, so it was like an accounting firm, and then people had pensions, and then they were like using that money to like invest in stuff, but then they ran out of like it was a bad deal, and then they had no money, so they couldn't pay out people's pensions. Like they realized basically they were using like people's yeah like pensions in order to like invest in other things,
Mm-hmm.
which is like you weren't supposed to do that. And then a bunch of people like lost their retirement savings because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you remember in the 2008 financial crisis?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what happened is like people were buying houses and they couldn't pay back the loans, and it just like crashed the whole system
Mm-hmm.
because like when one bill got due, like you ended up like okay, subsequent bills couldn't be paid, so
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
like it was a domino effect, right? So those two were pretty localized to America, although it had global ramifications,
Mm-hmm.
right? Cryptocurrency is that on a global scale. So it's actually really interesting that we didn't buy into it because I'll get into it later about like, although we were like, okay, it just doesn't serve any purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're like, oh, what are you gonna do with crypto? You know, like, oh, you're not actually even using it well. It's backed by nothing. Okay, those are all like solid economics arguments, but it's like, yeah, you can just like not invest. You know, but what they were doing is that actually the people that were doing the crypto were rigging the system, and that's what this book was about. And I had no idea, you know,
Mm-hmm.
because like nobody really publicly talks about it, and I think that's why the documentary is not getting picked up that much because they don't want to like out it because there's so many big players that in like you had all these celebrities, you had all these like you know like Bitcoin Stadium type of thing,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And then like at the end of it, it was like the people at the top running this crypto thing. It wasn't just like a Ponzi scheme. It was like they were literally hacking the code to like do insider trading and like mess with people's investments. It's
Mm-hmm.
wild, but we'll get into that later. I wanted to bring up this really interesting thing about like investing because I
Mm-hmm.
just found this out. So like you know EFTs.
Yeah.
Okay, so people who don't know, it's basically like a mutual fund essentially, and it's managed by a bunch of people that like they look at the individual stocks and they build out that stock for you. So you don't really have to think about it. It's kind of like set it and forget it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was at that affluent. Remember I told you a few weeks ago, like the affluent party. Well, they had like subsequent parties following up, and at this one, I was just like, oh, let me like get your perspective on investing, right? Just see like you know what wealthy people do with their money,
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about like how they invest their money, and I was like why did you choose individual stocks versus like an EFT? And apparently, an EFT is like super new. I didn't know that. Like they didn't have them
Yeah.
back in the day. Yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, the
Oh.
EFTs are new, but like if you think of like a Nasdaq,
Or ETFs, ETF,
you
EFT.
think ETFs, traded fund or something
Yeah.
like
That's how much I know about stocks, bro.
that. That these things are new. A lot of them came out after 2008. Uh, if
Okay.
you look at the years, like you can tell they tell you like when this was started, right? And like it's different because it's multiple things in one, kind of as you explained it. But there's like either the what's it called S&P 500. Those are it's
Yeah.
kind of playing in that world, uh, but it owns portions of the shares of different things, multiple things, I guess.
Okay. Okay. Cool. So, do you know that there's only three major players? I mean, like, I was like saying what we invest in, which ETFs, EFTs. Damn, forgot. ETFs.
It's almost like NFT, but yeah.
No, I'm thinking about electronic fund transfer. That's why I'm like, was I saying that right? You know, like
Right,
you,
right, right,
I'm gonna
right.
EMT you later, kind of thing. Um,
I think it's
You got to figure that out.
ETF, exchange traded
ETF.
funds. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So ETFs, there's it only really breaks down to like yeah, like global one, which is XEQT.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like the VFV, which is the S&P
Mm-hmm.
500 that you're talking about, and then there's the VEE, which is like the emerging markets.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have like a bunch of ETFs as
Yeah.
well, but like the primary players are VFV and XEQT. Okay, so VFV is the S&P 500, which is like the top 500 performing companies, and it just like makes money that way. It's like has been a consistent like return. Okay, and then you have XEQT, which is like I was also asking ChatGPT to like break it down for me because I need like I was like, oh, should I invest my money this way? And XEQT is like global, so it's not just
Mm-hmm.
S&P 500, but it also takes into account like Asian markets, et cetera, et cetera. And then VEE is the thing that I've been playing with. Like I'm just like, oh, should I invest here because it's like emerging markets? Because I think like Asia's on the rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
So um, so like okay, listening to them, I was like, you invest. They invest in all these like different companies, whatever, whatever. They essentially built their own mutual funds. I was
Yeah.
like, did you just build your own mutual fund? They're like, yeah. It basically yes. I
Yeah.
just made my own portfolio, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, okay, interesting. And then so I was like, this morning I was like, maybe like I really like North Face. Maybe I'm wearing North Face right now, so like maybe I should like invest in North Face. So like I was asking ChatGPT, and it's like VFC. It's like they own like Vans, North Face,
Yeah.
Timberland. I'm like, oh, I like
It's
all those companies.
yeah.
What you were gonna say?
Yeah. It's normally like a different. Like it won't be. Some of them are like conglomerated under another.
Yeah,
Under
yeah, exactly.
another
Yeah,
name. Yeah.
yeah. Because yeah, the one company owns a bunch of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I was like, oh, okay, maybe like I'll invest in that because I believe in it. Because like other adages are like, if you know what it is, like electric companies, and you believe in it, you should invest in it because it's a safe thing, right? So I was like, cool. I see what North Face doing. I see Vans. I'm like super interested in this. And then like, ChatGPT's like, yeah, you should do it. And then I'm like, wait a minute, is it VFC in the VFV? And he's like, yes. And I'm like, okay, so what's the point of doing that?
Yeah.
And he's like,
I
oh
was
yeah,
going to
what?
add to it. Yeah, I was going to add to it. A lot of the times you have to check where someone I read something where it's like how much percentage is the difference even between XAQT and VFV. If it's all holding almost the same kind of stocks or like 50%, is about 50% almost the same? Like 50% of the stocks is still in VFE as well as in XAQT, then you're not really growing
Yeah.
in both ways. So you have to have it should be less than 50% comparable if you're buying a
Okay, okay.
different ETF or something. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we have like fund money. So like we have like just to like budget. So I was like, okay, I'm either gonna buy a T-shirt from North Face or I'm gonna invest in North Face. Okay, so that was my question to ChatGPT, and it was like, yeah, when we got into the hit thing about like VFC is already in the S&P 500. It's already in VFV. So then I'm like, so what's the point of actually investing in it? He's like, well, it just means that you want to weight it towards North Face. And I'm like, but the bigger bang for my buck is if I took that $50 and invested it back into the VFV. And he's like, technically, yes. So I'm like, I'm just going to buy the T-shirt, bro. Because like, I thought I was trying to be cool, be like, yeah, I'm just going to own these like different companies. But it's like, these are all already in the VFV. So it's like,
Yeah.
what's the point, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So crazy. And then I was like, Nvidia, maybe something like that. He's like, well, Nvidia's also in VFV. I'm like, all
Yeah.
right, bro. So you're
Yeah.
just taking away all my fun, bro. So it's like, just do ETFs.
Yeah,
Even
no.
the person. Yeah, you were saying.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like you have to look at what is all in the stocks of the VFE or even XQT.
Yeah.
Like there's a good website that I was using where it's just like comparing. Like you just put in what it is and like what is the range. That's why I said like where it's 50% is the
Okay,
same.
okay.
Okay, so I don't really like it's not that different.
It's redundant, bro.
It's
like, okay,
redundant.
just put it back in. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So it's funny because like when I was asking about like, oh, should invest in like individual or whatever? He's like, no, ETFs are totally fine. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you basically took the game away. Like you guys are all doing this like fun game, and I was like, why don't you just invest in ETFs if you're already in the stocks, right? And they're like, when they started investing, it was like they didn't have ETFs, so they had to build their own portfolios. So it's just comfort. They're just like,
Yeah.
I just know how this thing works, so I'm just gonna do it this way. Like to switch over to that, I guess I could, but it's like I've already done it. You know what I mean? It's like I'm already a Samsung user. I'm not gonna switch to Apple. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then other people are like day traders. They're like, yeah, I'll buy it in the morning, sell it in the night. I'm like, that's too much gambling, bro. But they're like legitimate like finance people. So I was like, okay, like you know what you're doing. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
you have
be
to be
here
watching
like,
that thing. Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be
yeah, they
watching that
do.
thing 24 hours to really
Yeah, yeah, they do, they do. So
and
it's
read
like,
up all on the news what's gonna happen. Like how you like.
well, that was their job though. They were like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that was the
Yeah,
actual job. You know,
right.
so they just do it for themselves now. So I'm like, okay, well, that's like me being like a marketer on the sides for like some
Yeah.
other people. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? Like you already have the industry know-how. So I was like,
Hmm.
I don't want to play that game. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, so then I was like, okay, what about emerging markets? Because like we talked about the S&P 500, whatever, right? And then I was like, okay, VEE, which is like emerging market, because I believe Asia's on the rise. Okay. And then ChatGPT's like, yeah, VE is already in XEQT. So I was like, what's the point then in me investing in VEE? And he's like, well, I mean, if you unless you want to weight it in, like, basically, do you want to weight it in Asia? But you could just leave it in, like, it's like, do you want to win more or do you want it more?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're like, okay, well, I'm already winning more, so what's the point?
Hmm.
So I was like, I'm just gonna buy my T-shirt, bro. There's no point in like spending stupid money on like finance stuff because it's like
Yeah. Yeah.
those two already have you covered. You know,
Hmm.
the VFV and the XEQT. So it's like even the VFV is in the XEQT as well. The XEQT is basically like the just
Overall.
like the
Yeah.
safest. It's just the safest
Hmm.
EFT
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
created. So it's like but I was like trying to be all savvy, you know, like let me get in these emerging markets, bro, because it's cool, and like getting this, you know. But it's almost like they just took the game away, and unless you're doing it as like a job, it's like what's the point, bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, just want to say that because it was like I didn't even know, just like when you get into this whole investing world and you hear like why people are investing in things and like because they were like having this roundtable of like what they invest in. I'm like, EFTs, bro, like you know, or ETFs, but like they're going deep, you know, like I invest in this gold mine. I'm like, oh, because gold's on the rise. Dude, this one dude buys legitimate physical silver and
Hmm.
then holds it in a safe. And I'm
Hmm.
like, so when are you going to sell that, bro? And he's like, yeah, you know, like in the future, blah, blah. I'm like, that sounds like a lot of work, you know? Like, where are you going to sell it? And they're like, because they're talking about like holding gold as well. I'm like, where are you going to sell your physical gold, bro? He's like, yeah, you just go to like the pawn shops. And I'm like, so you're literally holding like a physical brick of gold in a safe.
Hmm.
And then you're just going to drop it off at a pawn shop? It's like, yeah. Or a bank. A bank will buy it. I'm like, what? That
Right.
sounds like a lot of work, bro. Let me just well simple this bad boy. Like
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't want to have to go into my safe and pull out like bars of gold for no reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That's crazy. People just like invest in the crazy or like gems. This guy has gems.
Hmm.
I'm like, what are you gonna do with the gem, bro? Like, but like this is why it's really fascinating to see like different levels of like affluence, you know? Because like you go to like the Philippines, people are not investing, you know? They're living off land.
Hmm.
And then you go to like these events and you're just like, well, these dudes are like investing in like I don't even know why you're investing. It's like why are you holding on to this physical thing
Right.
in
Yeah.
case it like increases in value, you know?
Hmm.
We were actually at this place, and the person putting on the party owned like a vineyard. So we,
Hmm.
we did like a
Right.
whole walkthrough of the vineyard, and it was mass, dude. I was like, yo, this is easily like $10 million, bro. Like, what's this guy doing, you know?
Hmm.
And then they were like, but we can't sell it because you have to go through the LCBO, and we don't want to work with the LCBO. So I'm like, so this is a money pit. Like, what are you gonna do then, bro? Like, your whole business model was like to make wines,
Right.
and then
Right.
you're like, you don't want to go through LCBOs. I'm like, so what are you guys doing this for? But
Hmm.
it was beautiful. It was like, dude, this is pretty impressive. But like, what people do with their money, bro. I was kind of like, yo, I would just like travel or something, bro. If I had this, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Sure.
But do you think you get into that zone where you're just like, I could travel, could do this. Let me just do this. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
yeah, I think it's just
yeah.
whatever. At this point, that it's what makes them enjoy life. Maybe they get off on I don't have to sell it to LCBO. Like it's kind of like a
Oh, I see what I mean. It's like a power play. I don't
yeah,
need
yeah,
LCBO.
yeah,
Or like I own a vineyard and kind of like, but I don't know. It's just like it just seems so random to me. Like I'm not into that at all.
yeah. But
I guess maybe I just don't see it. You know?
yeah, 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 maybe yeah. But I think that's just there's different kinds of people out there, right? And some people probably wouldn't view it that way. With even within those kinds of circles, it just depends on their own background, their own experience of life, and how they want
Yeah,
to deal with
true,
it. Yeah.
true. I don't know. Like I'm just kind of like if we're like here for such a short amount of time, it's like kind of just want to play with. It's like if you had so much resources, like let's just do the fun stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess unless they think that's fun, but I don't know. It doesn't seem fun. Like it seems like
Yeah,
if I
exactly.
work, because they're
But
like,
not
oh,
everybody, not everyone's fun is the same, right?
true. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Because they're like, yeah, we woke up at like 4 a.m. to like ferment the grapes and like we have our own wines and like
Yeah,
it
so
is cool to be like, that's my wine, bro.
yeah, so they have some enjoyment in doing that. Like waking up at 4 a.m. and having that kind of routine. There's probably something to it that they like about it. So
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, but that's what just makes me realize like our world is so diverse that I don't even know how we could like get along, bro. You know, like I mean, we get along because I was in the zone like with them and
sure.
stuff, but like I meant more like there's no one way to do things.
Oh yeah, no, no, no.
You know what I mean? Like it's so open ended.
Yeah.
Like we're playing like literally an open ended video game. It's like you do whatever you want, bro.
Hmm.
Nobody can tell you that's wrong
Hmm.
because like maybe it'll work. A lot of people that were like that's not gonna work, it ended up working, and you're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. So back to and anything about stocks or things that you find interesting. I find like it's just like it sounded cool when you don't know what it is, but then once you find out about like the XEQT and the VV, I'm like, so then why would I do anything else? You
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean?
true.
Like,
It's true. Yeah. Again, if like for me, it's like, well, I kind of like MDA space, so I'll put some into
what's
that.
MDA?
Our Canadian space company.
But is it already in like an EFT? You know what I mean?
No, I'm not sure. I didn't check that one, but
You're
it
just
was
like, let
just
me
for
just do
me
it.
to have some fun with it. Yeah.
That's how I was about the North Face. I was like, ChatGPT, I have $50. Am I going to buy $50 of North Face or a T-shirt? And then
Hmm.
like after going through it, it's like, bro, it's redundant. Just buy the T-shirt. I'm like, all right, buy the
Yeah,
T-shirt.
yeah, 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 yeah. There was a new space one that's up, like kind of like an ETF, ORBX, I think it was. Kind of
What's that?
it has different all the not all, but like some of the space companies
Oh,
in
that's
it.
cool. That's
But again,
cool.
it's just for fun. It's a very new thing that just happened like 2 months ago. So
But then, like, what do you do with it? Like, okay. Let's say we have all this money at the end, and then you're like, so you just withdraw it,
yeah, it's a retirement
and then
savings.
it's so like it's so boring, you know. But like, I think for me, it's just like I didn't realize that you have to take care of yourself in old age. It sounds so dumb, but I
Hmm.
really didn't think about it. I didn't think that far. Remember, like as a kid, I was like, oh, I'm just gonna die, bro. Like I don't need to think that far. And
Hmm.
then now, as you get older, you're like, oh, life is long. I should probably plan for the future, right?
Hmm.
So you're like putting away your investments and stuff, and it's just like that kind of takes the fun. I mean, yes and no, but it also takes away the fun of the game because you're like, oh, I actually don't need to work. I just like let's say you have enough money in your investment at the beginning of the year, you just withdraw the year's amount, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll just live off this, and then you're
Hmm.
like, so like if it grows at like 12% per year, let's say on average, you withdraw 10%, you know it's still going to grow 2%
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
like 12 minus 10 equals 2, so
Yeah.
it's still growing.
Yeah.
You know, so you're like, I don't have to worry about running out of money. And then you're like, so now what do I want to do? That seems like the most open world video game. You know, like in video games, you're playing
Hmm.
like Black Flag, and then you're like done the game, and it's like do whatever you want. You know, you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
well, I
yeah.
have
Right.
all the
Right.
money in the world now, and I could just
Hmm.
like go wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It kind of like I don't want to say it like diminishes the game, but it like takes away that survival mechanism where you're like, I need to work for a job. You know, like work for money kind of
Hmm.
thing.
You've made your own UBI.
Essentially, yes,
Yeah.
you've
Yeah.
made your own UBI, and
Yeah.
then you're like, now what do I want to do?
Hmm.
You know, and that would be an interesting. All right, what are your thoughts on this? Because I was kind of thinking of this yesterday because we were watching like a movie and there was like a funeral scene, right? And Tara was like, "There's going to be at least 4 funerals in our life, you know, for sure,
Oh yeah.
which is
Yeah.
our parents, right? Like both your parents, you know, die. I mean, like I'm sure I'll go to your parents' funeral too, so it's like 6. But you know what I'm trying to say? It's like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
will be going to funerals, okay?
Sure.
And then I was kind of like, it is sad, but also at the same time. And then she was like, "You're getting too heavy. I don't need to hear." I'm like, "All right, I'm just gonna talk to Vish about this." Basically, like, it's like those are just experiences that you've never had before. So it's like, if you truly think of life as like a first-person video game or like it's a my perspective, you know. So it's like when they die, it's like, yeah, that's an experience I've never had. So it's like the gift of life is having those experiences.
Hmm.
You know, my parents had those experiences. They experienced like a death and like, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And if you look at life in that way, it's not like, oh, I'm like not looking forward to that. It's more like, oh, I actually get to experience that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's more. I mean, this is what I get from the movies.
Okay.
It's just it's more remembering. Well, you should cherish as much time as possible with the people that you love.
For sure, for sure, for sure. But like the morbidity of thinking like, oh, I'm interested in seeing what that would be like to like have
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah. No, I mean that those are things that are gonna happen anyways. Like they're gonna come no matter what, right?
No, but there's so many people that try and like freeze time. You know what I mean? Like they're like, I don't want to keep moving forward. You know,
But then you're gonna be hit by reality.
dude,
It's
I
gonna come no
know.
matter what,
No, no,
right?
no, bro, bro, trust me. I know, I know. That was the revelation for me. It's like because I thought I was gonna die like super young, just like I don't know,
Sure,
like
sure, yeah.
stupidity, you know. But like, and then getting old, and you're like, oh, I'm not dying. And then now it's like, oh, this is like is real. You probably won't die. Like most people are like, oh, life is short. It's like no, life is long, bro. It's actually long.
Hmm.
It feels short when you like look back and you're like,
Only
oh,
when
I
you
didn't do
look
this,
back
this,
at
and
it.
this.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. But I think when people say life is short, it's only when they look back and they're like, I should have done this, this, and this.
Hmm.
Because I look back in my life, I'm like, dude, this is a lot, bro. Like going to school, going to university, going to martial arts,
Hmm.
finding a job. Like just thinking about all the chunking of like life, like little snippets of it. It's a lot of time,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
Right.
Remember, like we were like biking before,
Hmm.
playing
Hmm.
basketball before. Those were times, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like yeah, if I died young, it's like yeah, life is short. But
Hmm.
then now we're like, you know, old, and it's like you look back and you're like, oh, dude, I have so much life that I lived,
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
and I
Me
still
just
have more to
turning.
go, bro.
Right. Right. Yeah. Me just turning 40. 4 decades on this
Right,
planet.
right. So and then but like 40 is not even like you're not like that's like you know they're like oh that's like halfway. It's not halfway, bro. Like
Mm.
people are living old now. My grandma's like 100, no, almost 100.
Hmm.
So you're like okay,
Right.
so you know you can
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if things go okay, like you're gonna be living to almost 100. So it's like
Hmm.
50
Hmm.
will be like the midlife. And then like as things progress even further with technology, it's like maybe 60 is the midlife. You know, maybe
Hmm.
we're dying at 120 now. And it's just like life is long, bro.
Hmm.
You know? And like you almost have to plan for it. I think that was the thing that I didn't get when I was a kid. It's like my current actions have future ramifications.
Hmm.
But like as I got older, I was like starting to like think in those terms. It's like, oh, what do because I never thought like, oh, what are you gonna do in 10 years? It's like, but like what you do now will affect who you are in 10 years.
Hmm. Yeah.
But we don't think of those time scales, you know?
Right. No, we think only short term.
Right? And it's kind of freaky though, because then you're like, hmm, what am I doing wrong now that I'll look back on and be like, damn, I should have done that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because like what one of my goals is like become a BJJ black belt, right?
Hmm.
And like I'm at blue, and it's been 9 years because of like all the jumping. Usually you get like by 9, it's like you're either a well seasoned purple belt or a brown belt. You're like approaching brown, you know? And even like at my current gym, like the dude, when I told him I was like a 9 year blue belt, he's laughing at me. He's like, dude, that's long, bro. I'm like, yeah, you know, it's that's why he's like, yeah, I'll just like rank you up. But like when I become that BJJ black belt, it's like all that time, like, how did you get there? It's like all that time.
Hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it was that 9 years, bro. I was actually looking at the Lose It app because I use that like every day now. It's like a calorie tracking app,
Okay.
and when when I looked because I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've been using it for a long time, and then I clicked like all time on the app, and I started in 2020. Dude, it's been
Oh,
six
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Like, where did that go? You know, I was just like, but you know what I mean? It's just like time will keep creeping forward.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
time?
Yeah.
You know, and that's like super important for people to like think about. Maybe it's like when you hit 25 and then your prefrontal cortex is like fully solidified. Maybe that's when you start thinking about it.
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe like I don't know, but you know what I'm trying to say? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah. 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 It
like
takes some level of maturity to realize that. Yeah. which probably comes
Dude, what
after
is
25.
okay, okay, what is maturity? Because you're right. It does take maturity to realize that you should probably plan for the future. But
Hmm.
like, what is that though?
It's very ambiguous of a word, I would say.
Right? Like, but what can it be? Yeah, okay. What
No,
was you
there's,
gonna say?
yeah, you're looking at physical thing, or is a mental thing too. That's a different thing.
I wonder if like maturity is realizing that life is long.
Hmm.
Because once you realize life is long, it's like, oh, my actions kind of matter. It's like, oh, you matured.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
Hmm.
like Tara's laughing at me because like before when we go on these like rock climbing things, like we do them now, right? But she's like, if you had done this when you were younger, you'd have really taken way more chances. And I'm like, yeah, because I know a broken bone's gonna hurt, bro.
Hmm.
But then it's like, yeah, that's maturity because life is long. As a
Yeah.
kid, you're like, I don't care. I'm just whatever. I'll bounce back, bro. I probably
Hmm.
won't even happen. I'll probably die. It doesn't even matter, right? But then when you're like old, you're like, this could hurt. This could hurt. That might require surgery, and then that would be painful.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you're almost like thinking in longer time scales.
Sure.
Maybe that's what maturity is, because then like all of your decisions start like adjusting in that manner.
Hmm.
You're
Hmm.
like, I probably shouldn't do that. And you're like, oh, you've matured. It's like, no, I just realized life is long.
Hmm.
Or like, oh, like saving all your money. And you're like, not all your money, but like saving money. And it's like because life is long.
Hmm.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts on that? Like,
Yeah, probably, maybe. Uh,
but I don't know what else it could be boiled down to. Because I'm like, what else is maturity? Like,
no, no, no. I don't. I don't think. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. Right.
okay,
Realizing it's more about, yeah. You're thinking about your future and
that's what I'm
knowing
saying.
that there's a future. Right. That kind of stuff. If you're just
Yeah,
if you're just thinking without thinking about that, and you're just acting, and then you're not looking at the ramifications
you're
of your.
reckless.
Yeah, you're
You're
reckless.
reckless,
Yeah.
right? But if you don't realize life is long, then you're reckless.
Hmm.
But like, because a lot of people are like, oh, I have kids, I'm mature now. It's like, no, because like I've seen like people
Yeah,
with
it's
kids
not
still be like,
necessarily. Not necessarily. Yeah.
no, it's not, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's really that perspective.
Hmm.
You know that like uh past uh oh yeah, okay, so I finished that book, what was it called? The Body Keeps the Score.
Hmm.
And one thing that they were saying is that trauma is highly related to socioeconomic status. And I was like, I knew that, bro.
Hmm.
Cuz like all right, we know people who like got pregnant young or like I don't know, just like bad situations, right? And we're just like, oh, that's just kind of like how things are, right? And then you kind of leave that zone. Like, all right, think about like the party that I
Hmm.
mentioned,
Hmm.
like the affluent people. They're not having children young, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like it's a socioeconomic thing. They're like educating their youth, like you should probably not do that because that will
Hmm.
affect the
Hmm.
rest of your life, et cetera, et cetera. Like you should probably invest because like life is long. You know what I mean? So like, what the book was saying is that depending on your like environmental situation, like some things are conducive more towards trauma, which is like socioeconomics,
Hmm.
you know? And it's like we are like we're so trapped by our environment. We're so like influenced by our environment and trapped by environment. It's like, how do you move past that? How do you like level? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like okay,
I.
if your
I.
whole environment's like socioeconomically low, and then you're like, I want to get achieve higher. It's like,
Hmm.
how do you do that? One and two, how do you not build resentment from that socioeconomic tier? Because like, oh, look at you, you're better than us now. And you're like, oh no, I'm just like
Right.
realizing
Right.
a few
Right.
things about
Right.
life, bro. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
So like, first thing, like, how do you build yourself out of that?
I don't know. That's gonna be that is harder because if you say education, but it's only level of whatever education they can give you inside your
Yeah,
environment, right?
right. So it's
It
like
sometimes
it's
maybe
tough.
comes down to luck and who you meet. Sometimes.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, wait, hold on, wait. Luck in who you meet. Do you think it's actually luck in who you meet, or it's like you were kind of propelling that forward?
If
Because
I don't, I'm
because you
not.
would have met. like you would have met those people because you're propelling yourself forward. You're like, oh yeah, like we were
Yeah, I see what
there.
you're saying. Yeah, in
You
that
know what
way.
I mean?
But I don't know. I don't know. It could be. But the world is, if you say it's chaotic or random,
Mm.
right? It's like who. It could be random in that sense, but I don't know. We don't have all uh, the all the equations to figure out how those things even plan out.
Okay, true. Yes, 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 yes. I asked something similar to ChatGPT because I was like, "What is that thing? Like, how does this work? You know, like not specifically that question. How do you like move out of your
Sure, sure.
socioeconomic, but just like why are certain decisions weighted more than others? Because like you were like, oh, you met those people. It's like, well, you had to take the initiative to meet those people. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So what it was saying was like, it's the signal. It was such like an abstract term, just calling it signal, because it's like we don't know what this thing is, but it's like you kind of tune in and you're like, this is the correct thing, and you keep delving more into that.
Hmm.
Because like, all right, I just told you about XEQT and VFV, right? You could have been like, no, that's wrong, but I'm like, but it's logically sound.
Hmm.
So like, you heard the signal and you're like, this is correct. I'm good. Like, yes.
Right.
Or you could have been like, this is correct, but my ego is gonna tell me no.
Hmm.
Because like, what do you know? I'm better than you. Da, 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 da. You know what I mean?
Sure, sure.
So it's almost like, are you willing to put the ego aside and listen to like the truth or like the signal or like follow the correct path kind of thing?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I think it's normal with the ego. It's more like a general. These are things that we've evolved with just as a natural reaction to not trust or something. But if it's a repeated thing, then that's how things break down. That trust, or that the illusion of distrust or something. In order to change
Okay.
someone's mind, right?
It uh, it's like you have to keep stacking the evidence
Yeah,
in favor of.
yeah, yeah.
But like you can stack as much evidence and they still won't believe you.
And haven't had enough evidence.
Ooh, interesting. They haven't had that like come to Jesus moment where they
Mm-hmm.
like met Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, true. I see what you're saying. Ooh, that's true. It's like it's not that they. That's true. It's not they haven't had evidence or the correct evidence, just they haven't had enough evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Okay, what about like not building that resentment? Because like once you leave a socioeconomic tier, it's like you could just seem like a weirdo, or like they hate you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, do you just have to leave that environment? You're just like, it's done.
In some ways, yeah, but yeah.
Because I hear this with like Vince Staples, Kendrick Lamar. They're like, I just like cut everyone off, bro,
Yeah,
because they just didn't get it,
because yeah. No, it's true. Yeah.
right? Because they started making money, and then they see like people blow the money. They're like, hey, can I get this loan? Like, here, yeah, sure.
Yeah,
And then they
yeah.
give it to them, and then they blow the money. You're like, bro, what are you doing? And like, oh, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
just whatever. And you're like, dude, I gotta leave this. Like,
Yeah.
you're just not seeing the bigger picture here,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, I don't know. It's weird. Like in my head, it kind of seems like this weird interplay of like rich and poor, like knowledgeable, not knowledgeable, ignorant and like open minded.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you're always battling this like sense of ignorance. You could tell somebody like, "Hey, there's a better way to do this," and they just won't believe you. They just won't do it. And you're like, okay. So it's like that like forced ignorance, and then you're like,
Sure.
okay, then I'm just gonna go here with the people that understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But then it creates that divide again, and it's like, well, that's why I have rich and poor, bro, because not everyone's playing the same game. Not
Mm-hmm.
everyone's choosing to see the world in the same way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then it creates literally a clear divide between like rich and poor.
Yeah. 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 Well, I mean, it's not. Yeah, we can see that internally, but then that's why we have borders, why we have different countries, why we have different languages.
Ooh, interesting.
If you look at it broadly, it's this is why we break into different kind of groups,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true actually. Yeah, 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 true, true, true.
because we all necessarily don't, think the same, right?
Ooh, that's really interesting actually to think about. Because you're like, if you think about like rich and poor, and it's like, or Kendrick Lamar and Vince Staples thing, it's like, yeah, I gave you an investment to start a business, and then you
Mm-hmm.
just burn that money. So it's like, bro, I'm not gonna give you any more money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you're such a dick. Oh, you're not the same. Blah blah. Blah. Like crabs in a bucket mentality. Like trying to pull you back down. But
Yeah.
then And then they're stuck in their like woes, and they're like, why are we stuck here? And it's like, bro, you just made bad decisions,
Hmm.
and you're not willing to like be open minded enough to like change your perspective.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, this is a great segue into crypto because this is exactly what happened with crypto.
Okay.
Okay, so easy money. They started Bitcoin. Okay, you and I just I opened actually Wealth Simple because I was telling Tara like, yeah, me and Vision like never been into crypto, like we don't believe in it. And she's like, oh, you liar, you opened up a crypto like thing. Because I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe I should get into this. And then I talked to you about it,
Hmm.
and then you reminded me like, well, we don't believe in this thing, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'm just not going to invest in it because like I don't want to put my money where like it's like money is like technically a vote, so you're voting with your dollars, and
Sure.
like I don't believe in this thing. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but then you reminded me like, bro, we don't believe in this thing. I was like, yeah, true, true, true. All right, I'm not gonna invest in it, So then I was reading that book, Easy Money,
Hmm.
and basically what happened was, so Bitcoin was created as an alternative currency post the 2008 financial crisis.
Okay.
So it kind of like spurred like after the 2008 financial crisis, people were like, dude, we can't trust the banking institutions, like or you can't get off grid. That's where the whole movement came from because
Sure.
they lost so much money, they just don't want to be a part of it. Okay. So this money was mainly used for like drug smuggling
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like whatever,
Yeah.
right? As like alternative form of currency.
Hmm.
It's the only time it got used. And then all of a sudden during COVID, people started investing more in Bitcoin, but not as its use case. Because you and I were like, well, why do you believe in Bitcoin? It's like, oh, it's an alternative form of currency. So like, do you use Bitcoin as an alternative form of currency? No, we just trade it. So you're like, so you're not using it for its intended
Yeah.
purpose.
You're not able to buy anything with the Bitcoin. It's kind of like, yeah, you're investing in something that's not a real thing. See if it grows, then sell it and actually get dollars from it. So that's not the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah, it's a legal form. It's a more respectable form of gambling,
Sure. Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, is the market going to go high? Is the market going to go low? Blah
Hmm.
blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then remember, there's like this whole explosion because then people were like making different cryptos, and then everyone's trying to like prove to you
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah.
oh, remember that there was like Ethereum, Dogecoin, all that stuff.
Hmm.
And then people started making like tons of money, right? Because they're like, oh, this one's gonna take off, this one's gonna take off, and then like people were like, oh, this is gonna be the future of banking, right? So basically, Ben McKenzie, if you listen to the audiobook, he's so funny. I hope he makes more books. He even ended the book with like, I hope my wife will let me make another book. He's so funny. Like he's just so funny when he's like explaining it to you. He'll like make these like offhanded remarks, and then when you're like reading, because I had the physical copy, and like
Right.
when I was like checking out the physical copy, I was like, oh, it's not the same. Like
Mm,
when you
mm,
read it
mm.
on paper, his intonation is way more funny when he's verbalizing it.
That's why I like it when I hear like the authors reading it, because you get to hear what they want to actually say it as.
Yeah, 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 totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because it's like he'll be like, okay, bud, but then you read it in the paper, it's like, okay, bud, and you're like, I wouldn't have said it like that. But the way he's saying it is like it's really funny, you
Right.
know.
Right. Right.
So
Hmm.
anyway, he went on this whole crusade because he had economics degree, and he's like, Bitcoin makes no sense to me, right? But like people love it, so like I'll just dive into it. Okay, so whether you believe in Bitcoin or not, like the whole like, is it going to change the world, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Okay, we should put that aside. They actually had backroom chats where they would basically in insider trading.
Hmm.
They'd be like, hey, we could just pump the market with this. I'm gonna pump it this time. Hey, but this code in so we could start siphoning money off people. They were using the apps and the code to make money for themselves,
Right.
the people on
Okay.
top.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, and then they had like app freezes. So
Oh yeah.
when people, do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. Yeah, vaguely.
So like, so basically what happened was, if you made a lot of like you shorted the stock, let's say,
Hmm.
and you're like,
Hmm.
sweet, I'm gonna cash out now. When
All
you
right.
hit
Right.
cash out, it froze. And you're
Hmm.
like, dude, is the internet down? So then you'd like back it up, and you're like, and then it would send you a notice like, sorry, the app is not working right now. Then 2 hours later, the app will work, but it went back up.
Right. Right.
So then people couldn't even like withdraw their money when they made lots of money.
Hmm.
I think those two things alone, like that's the scam, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was this global scam, and that's what he was like uncovering throughout the whole thing. It's like the whole thing starts off with like why Bitcoin, and like all these things make no sense, and then it ends off with like they were scamming you the whole time.
Hmm.
And now there's all these like lawsuits. People like the so, who was the money commission something
SCC. We talking about?
maybe there's like some regulatory board for
Yeah.
money that they're
Well,
like going after these people right now. There's always like
Security Exchange
lawsuits. Oh
Security.
yeah, yeah, SEC
I think
or
it's SEC.
something.
Commission. Security Exchange Commission, maybe.
I
That's what
think
they're
that was the
called.
acronym in the book. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're looking into it. Like the CAA was like trying to like connect with Ben McKenzie to like find out more about this because basically like yeah, that's what was happening the whole time. So it's like you thought you were smart like investing in this crypto thing, but like they were hustling the whole world,
Hmm.
you know. And then he likened it to I didn't even know this happened, but you know how like online casinos are like a big thing right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so the the thing that they built in those casinos was a god mode. And when you're playing, you could see everyone's cards.
Okay.
And it came out and then like there was like a whole like investigation or some stuff. He just mentioned that because like that scandal with the god mode is what was happening with crypto.
Hmm.
So like and then everyone bought into it cuz like it's just like, oh, you don't want to lose, you don't want to like miss out on this great
Sure. Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like they had all those celebrities like trying to pump it, but
Hmm.
it's like yeah, you're pumping it because like you can play with the market, bro.
Hmm.
And then it made me think of like Trump right now. I'm like, are you playing with the market when he
Oh,
says like
he's
certain
playing with
things?
them. Of course, yes. He has already.
Right?
We know that already.
Okay, like what do you mean? Like
But he's
because
made.
he mentioned Trump in the book,
Yeah,
but
he's
like
made he made his own coin. People bought into it so they can have exclusive access to the president, and those all those. So he's already made like $1 billion, or something like that.
oh damn.
Yeah.
Did you hear about this subscription thing where if you subscribe to him, they were talking about it at the party. It's like if you subscribe to him, you get his tweets early. But then the
Oh
other
yeah.
guy at
No.
the party is like, okay, so on X, you can subscribe to him, and if or whatever platform he's on, is he on X?
Oh, he has his
I
own,
thought he
right?
left X.
Doesn't he have his
Maybe that's what
own?
it is.
I forgot what it's called.
Truth Social.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's what it was.
So if you subscribe to him, he'll give you his tweets early, and but then they were like, but that's insider trading because like he might say something and then like
Oh
change the
yeah,
market,
yeah,
but
yeah,
you
yeah,
get it early, so you got to
yeah,
invest. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay, so all things considered, right? Like Enron, 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin, Trump's weird subscriber insider trading thing. It's like, is America just like extremely fraudulent?
At this moment, yeah, yeah.
Like if you think about everything, like it's just like, and then the CIA, Operation Paperclip is just like, bro, what are we doing with this country?
Hmm.
We're not in this country, but I mean like them. It's like, what are you guys doing in that country, bro?
Right, right.
You know, you have the God mode of the gambling, so you can see everyone's cards.
Hmm.
Maybe it's like America's the land of opportunity, and because you're seeking opportunity, you are like open to cheating.
Yeah, there's bad actors, of course. Yeah.
But it's like because of the opportunity, because that's what they were saying in the book. The reason why people invested in like a ton of people who invested are like people who just wanted to like get rich quick.
Hmm.
You know, they were just like they didn't really know how money works. You know, like remember like crypto, like people were just like
Oh yeah, yeah,
during
yeah, yeah, yeah.
2000,
It's not just
they were like
crypto.
so
Did he talk
into.
about NFTs?
Yeah, he talked about NFTs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
We're
he did it quickly. He was just like screenshot, bro.
no, no, but it's
You
true.
know,
That's we were saying that.
I know. That's what I mean. And it's just like
Where are the
you guys don't
NFTs
logically think
now?
about this. Yeah, right, exactly. And it's like this was like a global scam, and that's what the book was really trying to show you.
Mm.
It's like nobody else is saying it except for him. Well, there's like a bunch of people. He has a bunch of people that he networks with that like also believe this too. But like he actually wrote a book. He has the face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
his premise is like because I'm an actor, I have like I don't know, like visual credibility. Like people believe me. So he's like,
Hmm.
why not be the face of this movement? Because then I can help people not invest in this,
Hmm.
you know, because crypto's still around, but like the damage has already been done. It's like it's pretty much the heyday of crypto's over, you know.
Yeah.
But he's saying that I hope no one gets back into it
Hmm.
because of like it was dumb, you know, just like the Enron 2008. He didn't say the Enron 2008 thing. I put that together myself, but I'm like, because he slightly mentioned it. He's like, oh, the subprime mortgages. I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen. And he's like, oh, Enron. I was like, oh yeah, dude, that happened too, you know.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's just another one of those,
Hmm.
except on like a global scale, because like these Chinese investors were doing it. Like he was saying how the China didn't want you to pull out your money and move it to a different market. It's just one of their legal things. Like they wanted like 20% of your money or something in China,
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
something like that, right? It was like a legal thing, but they realized that if I buy Bitcoin, I could trade that Bitcoin outside of China.
Hmm.
So that was
Hmm.
their loophole. They would just
Yeah.
buy Bitcoin, sell it when they come to America, and then get their money back.
Hmm.
They've exchanged their money into dollars,
Right. Right. Yeah.
right? So it's like it was really just being used for that, like money laundering and
Yeah. Yeah.
like cheating, you
It's
know?
still used for that. A lot of scams still happens through crypto.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh
Is
yeah.
it still like it's like 2026? Like people are actually no. There's this person that I know that they're like, yeah, I'm starting to dabble into crypto, bit, and then after reading the book, I'm like, damn, we really didn't learn, you know.
No.
It's kind of like there's this joke at TriStar, like they didn't make it. There's like a guy we were training with, and he's like, yeah, like I still do gi sometimes, and they're like, it's 2026, bro. Like, why are you using gi? And I'm like,
Right.
that's so real, bro. Like, we all know, like,
Hmm.
there's no
Hmm.
point.
Hmm.
Like, where's my collar choke, bro? You know, collar choke you with your t-shirt. It's like my t-shirt's gonna rip. You're not gonna collar choke me with my t-shirt.
Right.
You know, it's like the logical fallacy, or not logical fallacy. It's just like it's logical, but you're ignoring it. You're ignoring it in favor of the fallacy.
Hmm.
You know, you're like, oh, my ego is telling me that you're wrong. It's like
Right.
the
Right.
shifting between socioeconomic
Hmm.
statuses,
Hmm. Yeah.
right? It's
Yeah.
like you just want to stay there. Okay, you guys can stay there, but like I'm telling you, this is better.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like going back to is like, is the world confused? Is America dumb? Like, what are we doing?
Hmm.
You know,
I don't think the America dumb is a new thing. We've been saying that for a long time.
America's dumb.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but you love America, so I'm like, why do you love America if it's so dumb? You know, it's
No,
like
no. I like the ideals that's in America. It's the people can be dumb.
people are so dumb, bro.
Yeah.
But maybe that's it. It's like the capital. The ideal is like, yeah, capitalism, free market. You can like whatever, and then people just gamed the system.
Hmm.
You know, it's like so like okay with because of Dave Ramsey,
Hmm.
you
Yeah.
know, the investor, we're like super into him. It's just so logical, bro. It's crazy how like his stuff is just so basic. Pay
Hmm.
off your debts, invest, blah blah. It's like so big. Like his tagline is common sense is weird, and normal is broke.
Hmm.
So we're here to help you change your life. You know, and it's like, oh yeah, true. Let me just get some common sense in here, okay?
Hmm.
So with Dave Ramsey, we become like Christian curious, even though like I grew up Catholic, and I'm just like, so I was like, okay, maybe there was something to it, whatever, whatever. So we put on this movie about like I think it's called like A Case for Christ that we were watching.
I was wondering who watched that. Okay.
Oh yeah, it was us, it was us, it was us, it was us. Okay, we haven't finished it though, but like so because we're like Christian curious, like somebody recommended this movie, like
There's a lot of
you don't believe in God.
movies. There's a production that does all these like kind of like Christian or that kind of positive
I
stuff.
was like,
But
who's putting this movie on, bro? I was like, this is crazy. Like, who makes this
Angel
movie?
Angel
Yeah,
Production is a good one. Well, not a good one,
okay.
but they do a lot of the Christian stuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But okay, okay.
Anyways.
But the thing is this. So they were like, you should watch this movie if you were interested in Christ, blah, blah,
Hmm.
blah, right? And I was like, okay, you know, I was really considerate, but thank God that, okay, I say thank God, but like, I believe in God in my own way. Like, I'm not like
Sure.
dogmatic, right?
Hmm.
But then I was like, oh, maybe I should like get this cross because like we're Christian curious. I'm like, I believe in the tenets of Jesus, like not Jesus. I believe in the tenets of God, like Catholicism, like angels, demons, whatever. Like, but they're mental. Like we said, it's like it's not real physical things, right? And then I was like, so yeah, maybe like I can get this like cross to like represent it. And then we watched that movie, and I got the biggest ick of Catholicism. I was like, this is supposed to convert me? It was basically the guy, and we haven't finished it yet. We have like 20 minutes. But like his wife becomes Catholic or Christian. She becomes Christian. She starts praying and whatever. And he goes on a whole quest to debunk Jesus.
Okay.
Okay. That was the whole premise of the movie. Like, their marriage is falling apart all because I'm like, bro, he's just praying, bro. Chill. Like, he's just like, I don't like you praying. Oh, you're married to the Lord. What about me? Like, now you're just cheating on me with the Lord. She's like, it's not like that. And I was like, yo, you guys gotta chill, bro. But like, that was my childhood, bro. Like, it was so funny because like I was having these like triggering moments,
Mm-hmm.
you know, uh, of like getting angry during the midterms. Oh, I get so mad. I'm like, this is how I grew up. These Catholic people are crazy, bro. They're crazy. They just don't get it. She's like, yeah, but there's something like there was okay. This is one thing I hate about Catholicism. So right now we're like 2S LGBTQ plus, BIPOC. You guys are all cool, bro. And like inclusivity.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I walked out of a mass one time because it was like a 1 hour lecture. Well, it felt like an hour, but it was probably like a 20-minute sermon on how gay people are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but now we're changing our mind on gay people. Like, bro, just stick to a thing. Like, stay gay hating, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But now, oh no, now it's cool to be gay. I'm like, oh, why are you guys switching up? And that's what I hate. It's just like, it's so fake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like for one moment, you guys were not into it. Now you're into it, and then not to mention like the history of it. I was going on this whole tirade. Tara's like, you just gotta stop because I was just like going off because like I did my research, bro. It's not like I'm just like I hate Christians. It's like no, I'm like literally I grew up like this. I'm like looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And like with the residential schools when
Yeah.
they converted them and then they said that your parents are sinners, you're going to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So then the children went back to their parents like you have to convert to Christianity because you're going to go to hell. Oh, you're just a demon. Like children were calling their parents demons because they didn't believe in Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, you did that, you know? And now
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to come to me with like, and then they're like, so do you know what the crux is of Christianity? Why people are Christian?
Uh, for the sin thing.
Yes. Okay, so they brought that up in the movie, and then Cher's like, oh, we're really focusing a lot on sin. I'm like, bro, that's what the religion's based on. It's you're a sinner, you've done
Mm-hmm.
bad things, but Jesus will save you. And I'm like, who wants to believe in that? So I'm like, from the jump, I'm an evil person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, she didn't really know all these things. I'm just like, this is what I don't like. And then she's like, oh, you can take the good parts, but I'm like, but it's not real though. Like, it's more
Yeah,
like,
it just
you know what
reminds
I
me
mean?
of when you say take the good parts, it just reminds me of the Jefferson Bible or something like that. What I heard is just he ripped out all the bad stuff, just kept the good stuff.
Okay, but like, you can't do that. Technically, you can't do that. This is all I'm saying. I'm like, bro, like if you wanna play the rules by the rules, like you can't do that.
Right. No, no, no.
So
But a lot of people do that. They don't realize that they're doing it though.
so that's goes against the Bible, bro. It's
Mm.
like it's inherently is incorrect. So going back to the tattoo, I'm like, I can't get this cross tattoo, even though like to me it'll symbolize something else. When people see it, they'll think I'm like uber Christian,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I'm
Right.
like, bro, it's
Right.
like it's not like that. And I don't want
Mm.
to invite those conversations, you know. So like, thank God that the timing was that I watched that God movie and be like, oh, this is BS, bro. Just don't get that tattoo because I
Right.
was literally gonna book it like for next month, and then thankfully she was like, let's watch this Christian movie. I'm like, oh, I was like, I don't want to watch it. And then watching it, I was like, oh, thank you for saving me from
Mm.
getting a cross tattoo, bro. But yo, like, really, like, if you look at it as a trilogy, right? Like,
Sure.
and I
Yeah.
was telling Jared this too, like, because all the things she was naming that she liked about Christianity, I'm like, that's the Muslim culture, bro. And for me, I'm like, I more believe in the Muslims than the Christians because, like, if you look at it as a trilogy, like Noah, Old Testament, like Adam, Eve, that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the reason why we have to get baptized is because we have the original sin of Adam and Eve.
Sure.
So, like, we left the garden of Adam and Eve, so that's our original sin.
Mm-hmm.
So, because Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, everyone else on earth is screwed
Mm-hmm.
unless they take Jesus back in their heart and then they can be absolved of that original sin.
Hmm.
That's bananas, bro. Like, come on, right?
Sure.
So it's already centered around fear
Hmm.
and like, you know what I mean? Like, even watching the movie, I noticed that a lot of people that gravitate towards Christianity have a lot of sins that
Hmm.
they're trying to repent for. Like, a lot of people that go to Christianity are just like trying to repent for something. It's like,
Hmm.
you know, Jesus loves you. You're not a bad person. Wow, I didn't think the podcast would go in this. I just get heated whenever it's just because I did my research, bro. So, so like, you know, like Jesus loves you. Like, you're not a bad person.
Sure.
Pray. God will take you back in your heart. Oh, why do you need all those things? Oh, because I killed a person. Oh, that makes sense.
Hmm.
Why do you need those things? Oh, because I beat my children. That makes sense.
Hmm.
Like, bro, you're just looking for a way out of your own mental suffering.
Right.
That's it.
Hmm.
Truly, like, that's it.
Hmm.
You are dealing with some demons, and you need some like help.
Yeah.
But like, and then they become like crazy evangelists, like take God in your heart or else blah blah blah. It's like, oh my God, bro, like I'm not as psychologically damaged as you. I don't need this, you know.
Hmm.
No offense to the people listening to it. I'm Catholic, so I can say these things. But okay, so then the Muslim thing is like they were like Muhammad was like, bro, too many people are following the cult of Jesus. We need to bring it back to God.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like you're just like in tune with God. That's really the whole premise. Like even Muhammad, like yeah, he has like some laws and stuff, but it's really about like remembering God.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay, I can get down with that, bro. Yeah, God. Yeah. I don't know. Thoughts? Crazy
Uh,
tirade. No.
no, I mean it's all interesting. I still watch debates on it. So
But like, why you're watching people debate like a Harry Potter novel, bro?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like Voldemort did this. No, Snape's worse. It's like, oh my God,
No, it's just very interesting because you get to see what's happening within the culture.
the community. Are
Yeah.
people waking up? Or are they just like, bro, what are we doing?
No, no, no. Who it's like for some time with all the what do you call those in the UK, the Muslims had a good way of debating, so they were able to fight against a lot of the different things in the Bible or the issues with the Bible, and now there's a lot more better Christian apologetics coming out and figuring out answers to those things and being able to debate the other direction on the issues within the Quran.
But is it just like you're just debating like small stuff?
No, what do you mean small stuff?
Like, like you're still debating the book. Like you're looking
Uh,
at the forest, not the trees, bro. You're
yeah,
like
no, they're debating their truth, right?
the forest. You're looking at the tree, not the forest. I'm looking at the forest, bro. I'm like, you're just a religion amongst other religions,
Oh
bro.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I mean yeah, that's how I see it. I'm just seeing like what I'm watching is more like what's happening in those kinds of communities and how it's swinging, going one direction or the other. Because normally that's what happens. Someone is better at debating on the other side, so they know how to battle those opposite sayings or whatever it is, and then now they've learned from them, the Christian side, and now they're coming at it from another angle. It's very interesting to see that.
Okay, but what's weird to me is like, what is God to these people? Like, all right, so
Hmm.
if we take it all the way back to
Yeah,
Sumeria,
yeah.
okay, the first account of civilization, like that we know historically is real,
Hmm.
that predates Catholicism
Hmm.
or Christianity, like the Abrahamic religions, it predates the Abrahamic religions.
Yeah.
So when did God enter the picture? When did the Abrahamic religions enter the picture? Why were the the Sumerians incorrect?
Why were they
Like like
incorrect?
all right, let's think about this. So Sumerians had their own Anunnaki god system, okay? They're the ones who came up with like the star beings, whatever. Okay. Then all of a sudden Abrahamic religions popped up and they're like there's not monotheism, there's not polytheism, there's monotheism.
Hmm.
Not multiple gods, one god. Okay. So who's the one god, bro? that if you believe it's like the
Hmm.
universe, that's technically not what they're talking about. They're talking about one God being a person in the sky.
Yeah, separate entity outside of the universe. That's who that's their image of God. Yeah.
Okay, that makes no sense. So you really believe, like, so that's what I mean. Like, what do you believe in God?
Sure,
I believe
sure.
God's the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
universe. Okay, cool. You believe God is the universe. We're on the same page, bro. Because I think God is an allegory for the universe. Through all my studies, that's the it merges science and spirituality.
Yeah,
Because
it's the oldest knowledge of it, actually. Yeah.
yeah, like if you look at the Vedics, like the
Yeah.
Hinduism and
Yeah.
stuff, it's like you can literally merge science and spirituality
Hmm.
by saying God is the universe.
Yeah.
It makes omnipotence. It is everything,
Hmm.
right? Like it knows all because yeah, you are God.
Hmm.
So okay, like it's an allegory that makes total sense to me. But when you're trying to say that God is literally a person in the sky, I'm like that makes no sense.
Hmm.
Like let's logically like really think about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So is it an alien? Because a lot of people think that like aliens,
No, it
the
can't be an
cargo
alien
cult.
because it's outside of the universe.
Okay, so then do you believe in multiple dimensions beyond this universe? And then you think that
Technically,
a
they.
person,
I mean, I don't know what they would say, but technically, yeah. Right. If heaven is there,
okay,
it's a different universe.
so then there is one leader in the alternate universe
Hmm.
that has created a simulation
Yeah.
to run human beings
Hmm.
through a process
Yeah.
of good versus evil.
Hmm.
And when you die, you either join the alternate realm of positivity or the alternate realm of negativity.
Yeah.
So you believe that we're living in a simulation.
In a way, yeah.
See what I mean? Bro, okay. So simulation theory people are the exact same as
No, that's true. No, they do say
Christianity.
that. They do say that. Yeah.
Okay. So is this in the Matrix? Is God the architect in the Matrix?
Hmm. Yeah.
You know, like remember the scene with the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
architect?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
is that is that God? Question mark?
I guess so.
That sounds goddamn ridiculous to me.
Hmm.
Like, really, you believe this? So then we are nothing but NPCs. We're like, if you actually look at computer programming, there was a programmer that was, I mean, maybe it's real. Maybe that is real. Maybe there's a programmer that was like, let me make this code. It's like Uncharted, right?
Hmm.
They think God is the Uncharted developer, and
Right.
we are just NPCs in the Uncharted video game.
Hmm.
Is that what you believe? Because I also believe my life is a video game. So maybe we're on the same page here.
Hmm.
But
Maybe.
like, but you can't say that that's wrong and say that Christianity is right because it's
Right.
the
Right.
exact
Right.
same thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
they'll be like we're not in a video game, bro. But you believe that God created us, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. And he's outside of this universe. So he's outside of the software.
Yeah.
Make no goddamn sense, bro. Unless you really believe that, then I'm like, I'm down with that because I play my life like it's a video game too.
Hmm.
I also love video games, yes. But if
Yeah.
you're like, that's so stupid, that makes no sense, I'm like, you're stupid. Like, it's the exact same thing.
Right.
You just don't understand computer code.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
there's only two ways to play this. Either we live in a simulation, so then Christianity's correct.
Hmm.
Because there's some developer out there that created code and that created us. DNA's code. So yeah, you created code and you created us.
Hmm.
Or you're more like spiritual and you're like Vedic and you're like, no, it's all one.
Right.
Which do you choose, bro? And I think that that's the reason why there's a huge resurgence in Christianity in Silicon Valley. I think they realize this and they believe this. The joke that I just made,
Hmm.
I think that's really what they believe, bro. Because there's a huge. The reason why we're all Christian curious, and I'm like, oh, it's weird timing because like so many people are turning Christian, like all the celebrities are turning Christian. Sean Ryan became Christian. Russell Brand became Christian. Peter Thiel became Christian. Kanye West put out a Christian album. Like, what is this Christian thing that's going on, bro?
But I don't think
Like, there's a huge.
that's not a huge. This is a few people, but
No,
you can.
no, yeah, in the no, like they're a small subset of the world. But what I'm saying is the culture, like the culture, like where like the collective zeitgeist is going.
Sure.
The culture, cultural influencers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So the culture is pushing more towards Christianity.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But like, why? And I'm like, I wonder if it's because they believe we're in a simulation, and they're like, God is the simulation coder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because like, why is it in Silicon Valley? And then they're probably just like, you know how we code? Jesus coded, or like God coded.
Yeah, I still don't think that they actually believe it. They're just following along because they're on that side of the table.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
So why do you think
it's.
people get baptized? You think really they get baptized because they're just following along?
What are we talking about, Russell Brand?
No,
Russell Brand
everyone.
is. No, I don't think so. I think they're doing it because of the base that they have now. They need
Oh,
to they need to
like
look Christian.
Republican.
Yeah.
That goes back to the first argument of like what's going on with America, bro. They're trying to hustle everyone, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because in the A Case for Christ, she got baptized
Mm-hmm.
in one of the scenes. And I'm just like, why you do this, bro? Like she's like, you know how I believe I love you, like the feeling like to her husband. She's like, you know how I feel like I love you. That's the same feeling I feel for Christ. Like I just know it's real. And I'm like, who you believe in beliefs, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what if your husband cheated on you? You still love him? No, it dissipated, just like your dissipation for
No,
Christ.
she still
And
may. It's called forgiveness.
okay, okay. So you're right. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Here's the hustle. So her husband was like becoming abusive. He was like drunk. He didn't hit her, but he
Was he
like
an atheist?
threw. He's an atheist, a hardcore atheist. He's a
That's
hardcore
very.
atheist.
It's typical that they would do that.
An atheist versus yeah, it's a good makes
No,
for a
no,
good
making
movie.
an abusive person that's an atheist.
Oh yeah, because you have to like
Because it
make the
doesn't make
villain,
sense if a
bro.
Christian can be abusive.
Yeah, right, exactly, totally, totally, exactly. So okay, so like he like was getting mad, and then she was crying to her friend that brought her into Christianity, and then she was like, there's a passage in the Bible that says, the heart of stone, like God, please replace his heart of stone with a heart of like flesh, and then she's like, you just have to wait it out. God's going to turn his heart of stone into a heart of flesh, and I'm assuming the movie ends as he becomes Christian. Like it would be spoiler
Sure.
alert. Like it would make no sense if it ended and he's not
Yeah.
Christian.
Okay.
It makes no sense. But so basically like they were teaching you that if life is hard, just wait long enough and pray, and then things will get better.
Hmm.
But the thing is this though, there are things in Christianity. Damn, I did not expect this podcast to go in this direction. There are things in Christianity, because I know I'm like, oh, look at the time, bro. We just
Yeah,
spent so
yeah,
much
yeah.
time talking about it. But like, there are things in Christianity that are correct. So okay, Tara was like, but you believe in like things, and I'm like, yeah, I think Christianity is like naive spirituality, because we know about like prayer is basically meditation. You're
Hmm.
putting your intent into the world, like God, please give me this thing, or like God, please help me study. There's no difference than being like, okay, let's focus, let's get this thing done. You
Hmm.
got this. You know what I mean? Like same thing, same but different. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
and like yeah, like prayer and like collapsing the wave function of like intent. Like I intend to do this thing. Like there are things there that are useful, but
Hmm.
it's like the man in the sky, the coder, isn't doing it for you.
Hmm. Yeah.
But there are moments though, like Tara had like this pain in her side, so it wasn't like crazy painful, but she's like just checks things out. She's like, I'm just gonna go and get an ultrasound, whatever, see what the pain is, whatever, and like it turned out to be nothing.
Hmm.
But I was like, God, please, like let this be nothing, you know? And it's like, yeah, you turn to God, but it's just a tool, bro. It's like I'm focusing my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
attention to
Sure.
collapse the wave function into being like, this will be nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like I'm like truly like code developer, change this. I'm just like, let's use what we know about remote viewing and like all this stuff backed by science, because like people are like studying this thing, and like quantum physics, collapse the wave function. Like let's let's use. You know what I mean? So it's like there are things there that are useful, but I'm not attributing it to a coder outside of the software.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I just think that if you fall down the Christian rabbit hole, there's just too many instances of it being abused that I'm like if it was just like you're just a nice person, cool, believe in your Christianity. But like we look at the historical record and like they've done a lot of bad things in the name of Jesus.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
The
People
Christian
take advantage of
Crusades.
it. Yeah.
And Tara's like, yeah, those are just people though. But I'm like, but that's the problem. It's people start spinning it in their own like direction that is advantageous for them.
Yeah. Yeah. That happens everywhere. Yeah. Anything.
But that's why I don't believe in the dogma. It's like, come on.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And any final things about that? I do want to ask you one final thing. That's why I just want to wrap that up.
No. No. I'm good.
Okay. Okay. They brought this up yesterday in terms of like investing because of like data centers and like, oh, should you invest in like, because I was like, oh, did you invest in the SpaceX IPO? And they're like, no, I didn't, whatever, whatever. And then, you shook your head too. No, you didn't invest in the SpaceX
No.
IPO.
It's too volatile.
That's what
And
they were saying too. They're like, no,
like
it's
it's
dumb.
the initial reaction. You have to wait for like a year or two to really see that thing settle down.
That's what he said. He's like, yeah, I might buy it like at the end of the year once it's stabilized, but not right now. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah. Because people
I'm sure
just
it's on the VFV. Like, yeah, well, I'll be fine, bro.
eventually. Yeah. There was I think it was at VFE or for S&P 500 or something that they had made some, or Nasdaq. I think it was Nasdaq. They had done some, I think some law passed or something that, oh, they're going to buy within 30 days. People had like, no, we don't want to, like, we shouldn't be doing that. Like, that's like not a good thing because we know that this is not, it's a volatile thing right now. So I think that they held off. They're probably going to do the normal thing and wait a year.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, that's not about the stock though. That I want to bring up. I just it just is in tangent to the thing. So they're bringing up space centers for it's space data centers.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You heard about this?
Yeah. Elon spoke
They want
about
to
that.
build. Okay, they want to build data centers on the moon because like it's cold, so like you don't need so much air conditioning and like there's a lot of space, so you can like build. Because like people in like the world don't like that they're building data centers in their area.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of water and a lot of energy.
Like to cool it and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was like, do you really believe in this thing? Because what about the latency?
Mm-hmm.
Like like if all the data centers are on the moon
Mm-hmm.
and then how do we get the data back? How do we ensure that we won't lose the data?
Right. What did they say?
Oh, they're just like, well, we have Starlink and technology just gets better, so
So
I'm
they're
sure
waiting
they'll
on
figure it out.
future technologies to reach that point then. For
Yeah, they're like, well, we
for
like the high bandwidth
reduction of the lag.
for
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm like, it just seems really risky to me to like
Yeah, I just don't
rely on a
think
data center
no,
on the
but
moon.
they're relying. This is not going to happen like in 10 years. I feel like data centers in space are going to be like again, they have to meet like those are the things that will come into question, the lag and everything. So if those are things that are going to be blocking us from continuing that building that data center in space, then it won't happen.
Okay.
Like those things have
Okay.
to be solved
So the
prior to
regulations,
getting
got
to
it, got
that
it.
point. Yeah.
Okay, this wasn't like a should I invest question. It was more like a this seems faulty to me. Like data centers, because like there seems like so many things could go wrong.
Yeah, no, it's just an idea. That's why it's like it's way too far out there that we have to see the progression to get to that point. This seems like it's an idea. I don't. How do we get to that idea? We have a lot of things to fix in order to reach that point.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
That's why
So
they're
then,
not like if it was the case, we would be already building it now, right? We're not doing that. We're doing it on Earth.
right. Okay. Cool. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. So then the next thing was like, can you just build data centers on the moon because like nobody owns it? And I was like, yeah, technically, because nobody owns it, right? Like it's kind of like the Wild Wild West.
I don't know if anybody owns it. I don't know what the rules are with that. We probably have some international things on it.
Probably like an international agreement. Like we cannot
I'm not
do
too
these
sure.
things.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
It's
there'll
kind
be.
of
I think new laws will have to be built or made.
yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking too. It's like he can't just build a data center on the moon. Like all countries have to agree because you're only like because if you build a data center on the moon, so that just gives America the advantage. Because if it's American companies doing this thing and they control the data center, like it has to be like a universal agreement or something, right?
Well, that's why it's about who's going back to the moon first, and there's a race.
But like just because you made it to the moon, like doesn't mean it doesn't mean that you own the moon, bro. Just because you landed there first.
That could be an argument.
Just like I know, just like the Shogun, the show you showed me,
Oh
where
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Japan falls under the world map of the British government or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Not the British government, the Portuguese.
Portuguese. So it's like it could, yeah, maybe it could be like that. They're just like, we'll be here first, blah
But
blah.
then
Blah.
the issue with that is that Japan or people were already there, right? There's no people there in the moon.
Right, but then we'll be fighting over it. So is there like space wars? Are you guys going to be
Yeah,
fighting
all
like?
these things come into question within For All Mankind on the Apple TV show.
Oh, really? Okay, okay, cool, cool,
It's
cool.
it's very interesting. I like that show. I got back into it.
So okay, so another thing that I'm thinking about is like if they do start building a base on a moon, it's there's this
That's the plan.
anime.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the plan, right? But then there's this anime called Moonrise, and basically what it was you had two civilizations, Earth civilization and Moon civilization, and they were at war with one another.
Hmm.
And I'm like, that could happen, bro.
Yeah, that
Because
could
like, what
happen
happens if you
eventually.
start
Long, long time
right?
from now. Yeah, but
Right,
yeah.
you start building like a civilization on the moon.
Hmm.
Okay, then those people on the moon are like, well, why are we at the mercy of the people on Earth? Like, we should build our own society. We should have our own laws because we're here on the
Hmm.
moon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it became like a war between the moon versus Earth.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
That's why
are we
we'll.
thinking this thing through?
No, no. We create countries. Same thing's gonna happen.
That's weird, bro.
It's another country. It'll be like just another country. You have to make your
Like,
own.
it'd be like
Uh,
Switzerland, bro. You're just like neutral.
well, if Switzerland gets there first, so if America gets there first, it'd
No, no,
probably.
I mean like the moon country would have to be neutral.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Because
know
you
what
have to
kind of
be like
international laws they're
acceptable.
gonna build or make, right?
Or
So,
is it galactic laws at that point?
oh yeah, it won't be international. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it'll be. I don't know what kind of rules there are even now. Uh, I don't know who the UN would have to do that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Seems, but then okay, sure. But then you saw what Trump did with the UN. They didn't care, and they went to Venezuela.
Hmm.
So I'm like, how can you trust it?
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't
That's
think we're ready for a
why.
moon base, bro.
That's why they're trying to. It's a race between China and the U.S. right now for the moon.
But how do you know one country won't just like veto the UN?
Veto the UN. No, anyone can.
Yeah. But okay, but then like, how do you know we're not just like setting ourselves up for some crazy trouble, bro?
And that,
Like think about that. That can go really wrong. You know, they have our data centers on the moon. They're like, well, we're gonna hold those data centers hostage now, and you have to pay us all this money
sure.
for
Yeah.
like. Air's like, oh, we didn't think about this problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's why we. It's again. It's going to come down to territory and control, the same way that we do on Earth.
That's weird, bro. I don't know. It just seems like
Borders. We're going to create borders on the moon.
yeah, we might have like a galactic like before you enter the moon, you have to pass through like the barricade of like you know like how we have uh TSA or whatever at the
That's on the
airport.
ground. You're talking about air traffic control.
No, 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 I'm saying like you know when you're going to you have to go through a customs
Oh yeah,
when you're
yeah,
going
yeah,
through the airport.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it'll probably be like that in the moon. You have to like stop by customs.
Oh yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah,
That's
you don't.
crazy,
I
bro.
think that's still what happened. Yeah.
We are slowly becoming an anime.
Yeah.
Like, take away UFOs. Oh, I didn't even talk about the fifth drop. I don't even care anymore. Like, stop giving me the drops, bro. I'm done. You know, but like, take out aliens. None of that craziness. Like, well, let's say it's not even Star Wars, right? You're like, oh, Galactic Empire. Ignore it. Dune. Ignore it. We are actually becoming like an anime, bro. Like, if you look at Gundam Wing, Moonrise, like, we're moving towards those civilizations,
Hmm.
right? Like, we're in the
Yeah.
future, bro. It's kind of cool because
Yeah.
you're like, I'm living
But
through
For All
this. What were you
Mankind
saying?
is good because it kind of like it gives a story. of like how people, because you still have the nations, you have the countries on Earth, and now at this point, like this whatever fourth season is, they're on Mars, right? We have bases on Mars,
Oh, cool.
and there's countries within that base. So sometimes you're working with the Russians, like they're all within the kind of connected. Even North Korea's there
Hmm.
on the Mars thing, but like how they would keep separate. They don't want to talk with anybody else, so they have their own kind of quarters. The same way, like it's on Earth, but like when you have to work together, there's like something like, so the main thing that's going on right now is like there's a asteroid that's coming, and it's got like some um, there's some minerals on it that we want,
Hmm. Okay.
and right now on Earth, like it's only like most of the minerals only come from Russia, so U.S. wants to have it, but they have to kind of work together to get this asteroid so that they divvy up like how much a U.S. would
Okay. Yeah,
get
yeah.
or like other countries would get for
Oh,
that mineral.
interesting.
Yeah, it's an interesting. That's why it's like I like this one because it's very uh, like the whole world thing, like how who's involved in it, like how it works, how they're communicating.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's very focused on NASA too, but because that's the hub base, right? We're not getting the
Y-
perspective from a Chinese or something like that.
Is this the one where the Nazis win the war?
No, no, no. That's a different show.
What was that one? What's it called?
That was a Prime TV show. I forgot what it was called,
Okay,
but
so
that's an
for all
alternate history.
mankind,
Yeah, For All Mankind is an Apple TV show.
and that's just about space and like what we would
Yeah,
do
so
if we went.
the alternate history in this is that Russia get to the moon first, and
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Russia made it to the moon first. Right, right, right.
yeah,
Hmm. Okay.
and it goes through
All right.
like almost 10 years, 10 years, 10 years time, right? So it starts from the moon thing, that first season, and then second season like 10 years later. At this point, we've got bases on the moon, so like,
Ooh, cool.
and then what's happened between U.S. and Russia, and so forth. Every season is almost like another 10 or 20 years into the future.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll check that out. That sounds cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're slowly heading into these weird unknown. Like it's interesting because when we were like younger, you're thinking about like the Vietnam War and like what's happening on Earth, and now we're like really considering space.
yeah, they're pushing for that. Yeah.
You know, like we're actually entering into like the space galactic civilization type of thing.
Hmm.
It'll be. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of over. Like, obviously, I'm still interested in the UFO thing, but just like the space is too flooded with like too much information right now. That is just like we need like a definitive answer from like the president, or it's just like we're circling around the same things. Oh, it's a craft. Oh, it's a craft. It's like, okay, let's just focus on what we know, which is like you're about to make a moon base. That's crazy, bro.
Hmm.
Like, what are the implications of that?
Yeah,
You know,
because they had that.
like,
The reason I went into the ORBX, but it's like that stock, but it's more like the NASA was picking. Uh, they were rewarding which companies will get because they need to build so many of these aerial, like the vehicles, or with some other kind of equipment or something like that, and they were giving it to different companies. We awarded them or this company to work on this project or this company to work on that project.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
And the ETF is like basically tracking that and then like
kind of. Yeah, yeah,
giving up the money for that.
yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah. All right. Any final things?
No, I don't think so. We'll see what
Cool.
happens in the future.
Yeah, we're in a crazy world. Um, yeah, I'm checking out Spider Man today
Are you watching it
too.
today?
I know you saw it. Yeah, you saw it. Spoiler alert: your brother told me about yeah, Jean Grey. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll see. I don't know. Is it a good setup for? What's it setting up for? The X Men?
yeah. They'll probably set up for X Men or
Okay.
actually Secret Wars.
Oh, that's cool. You mean Hydra and Shield? Oh no,
No, Secret Wars
Skrulls
is
is
something
the
different. Yeah, that'll involve
yeah.
more about I think the X Men. Oh shit. Whoops. Hold on. We'll end it here.
All right, cool. All right. Take it easy, fish.
Later.